Welcome to the Manager Lab, where we delve into the increasingly dynamic world of talent management. In each episode, we will unravel key insights, break down the most relevant books and articles, and provide actionable tips to optimize your approach in developing and retaining top talent. Stay tuned for a deep dive into the art, science, and strategy of unlocking your team's full potential. Let's enter the Manager Lab. Today, we're diving into one of the most powerful and freeing principles of leadership growth from the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. Chapter 3, The Law of Process. Maxwell puts it simply, leadership develops daily, not in a day. Let that sink in. In a world obsessed with quick wins, viral moments, and overnight success, the law of process reminds us that lasting leadership is built slowly, intentionally, and consistently. It's not formed in a single breakthrough moment. It's forged in daily disciplines. And that truth should encourage every manager listening today, because you don't have to be perfect tomorrow. You just have to grow today. So, we often look at great leaders and assume that they were, quote, naturals, that their confidence, their influence, and clarity just appeared. But behind every respected leader is a long, unseen process. Early mornings of learning, late nights of reflection, tough feedback conversations, and small decisions to improve. Leadership is like compound interest. Small deposits made daily create exponential growth over time. The tragedy isn't that growth takes time. The tragedy is when leaders stop investing in the process. So here's takeaway number 1. Growth is intentional, not automatic. Experience alone does not make you a better leader. Intentional growth makes you a better leader. You can manage people for 20 years and repeat the same year 20 times, or you can grow each year. As a manager, this means asking yourself, what am I learning right now? Who is stretching my thinking? Where am I uncomfortable? Because comfort is the enemy of process. And so the tip here is to create a daily 20-minute growth ritual. Spend 10 minutes in reading, 5 minutes on reflecting, and then 5 minutes applying one insight to your team. That daily rhythm, sustained over a year, will transform your leadership capacity. Takeaway number 2, the secret of your success is found in your daily agenda. Maxwell teaches that what you do every day determines who you become. It's not what you intend, not what you say, not what you plan. It's what you actually do. Managers often say that they want to develop their people, but does their calendar reflect coaching time? They say culture matters, but do they consistently recognize excellence? They say trust is important, but do they consistently follow through building on that trust? Your calendar is your leadership truth serum. And the tip here is to audit your calendar from the last couple of weeks. How much time did you actually invest in your people, invest in coaching your people? How much time did you invest in strategic thinking, in relationship building? If what matters most to you isn't scheduled, it probably doesn't happen. Process requires structure. Takeaway number 3, small disciplines repeated with consistency lead to great achievements. Leadership growth doesn't come from dramatic change. It comes from disciplined consistency. One better conversation today, one more thoughtful question, one moment of patience instead of frustration, one act of courage instead of avoidance. Managers in fast-paced industries, especially those leading large teams, can feel pressure for immediate results. But sustainable performance comes from building capability over time. So, when you develop one supervisor at a time, clarify expectations consistently, and reinforce that culture daily, you are strengthening the foundation of your entire organization. And great organizations are built on leaders who respect the process. Takeaway number 4, you don't arrive as a leader. One of the most dangerous moments in leadership is when you think you've arrived. The law of process teaches humility. No matter your title, no matter your tenure, no matter your past success, there is always another level for you to achieve as a leader. And here's the beautiful part. When your team sees you growing, they feel permission to grow. When you admit you're learning, they feel safe to learn. When you seek feedback, you normalize development. Your growth sets the tone for the culture. And so the tip here is to ask your team this question at your next staff meeting. What's one thing I could do better as your manager? Then listen without becoming defensive. Growth requires courage. All right. So here's the last takeaway. Number 5, the process is the reward. Too many leaders endure growth instead of embracing it. But the process shapes more than your skill set. It shapes your character. It builds patience. It builds resilience, emotional maturity, perspective. It transforms ambition into stewardship. And managers who embrace the process don't just build results, they build people. They understand that leadership isn't about being impressive, it's about being impactful. And so the article outlines a practical framework for managers, the 4 daily growth habits. If you want to live out the law of process, build these into your leadership rhythm. Number 1, learn daily. So read, listen, study. Never stop being a student. Number 2, reflect daily. Ask yourself, what did I learn today? What would I do differently if I had this day to live over? Number 3, apply daily. Knowledge without action is wasted potential. And then number 4, invest in others daily. Leadership growth multiplies when it's shared. So learn daily, reflect daily, apply daily, and invest in other people daily. If you commit to these habits for 1 year, you will not recognize your leadership capacity, and neither will your team. So here's a final encouragement. If you feel behind, if you feel stretched, if you feel like you're not where you should be, take heart. Leadership is a process. The best leaders aren't the fastest learners. They're the most consistent ones. Every coaching conversation, every difficult decision, every moment you choose courage over comfort, it's shaping you. And one day, someone will look at you and think you're an overnight success, but you'll know the truth. You respected the process. So today, choose growth, choose discipline, choose consistency, because leadership develops daily, not in a day. And the leader you are becoming is worth the journey. And until next time we meet in the Manager Lab, do good work.